Brian Hilliard.
Rob Landauer.
Dustin Tombleson.
Jason Medina. Eric Paulson.
Brooke Rydstrom.
Dan Pilver.
Hank Therian.
Alex Rocco.
Betsy Lucido.
It's Chris Marney.
Side of Bend over by Bear Creek Road.
Orchard District.
In Old Bend, downtown Bend.
The northeast side of Bend, just down from Pilot Butte Middle School.
On the east side of Bend, in the Old Farm District.
On the west side of Bend.
The west side of Bend.
Southeast Bend off China Hat and Peril.
The west side of Bend, just down the road.
I live up Century Drive.
In the northeast of Bend, near Empire and Boyd Acres.
We have too many cars on the road, and I would love to bike, but sometimes it's hard because I can't safely, so I would like more bike lanes in my town.
Active transportation is important to me because I bike to work every day, and I enjoy it. And it's also important to me because I'm a healthcare professional, and it's really healthy and helps promote health.
We need to fund multi-modal projects in Bend because as a multimodal user, bikes, cars, walking, use the bus occasionally, I see where the needs are throughout the city. Multimodal is a longer outlook, and I believe that's what Bend needs for the future.
I bike commute pretty much every day to and from work and across town from the east side to the west side. It's not just, I don't do it because I have to, do it because I want to. And you should do that in Bend just because it's kind of, you can get everywhere within 10 to 15 minutes by bike, I think. But for some folks that are new to it, it's pretty scary. A lot of bike lanes end when you're crossing from the east to the west side of town. There's increased traffic, big trucks, things like that. I work in the renewable energy field. I'm a veteran as well, the military, so kind of got that going for me. But yeah, I think that active transportation is very important, and we should definitely fund initiatives that progress that movement.
As I try to commute to work by bike, I work on the east side just north of the hospital and kind of fear for my life as I'm on the bike, but I also feel doing my part to take care of our world and our country and our city and take care of my body as well, is to do something sustainable as well as for my children. I wish they could bike to school, and right now I just don't feel safe putting them on a bike yet. So someday, that is my dream for Bend.
Active transportation is important to us because we want to feel safe when we're biking around Bend, when we're getting to the playground, or we're going to school, or when we're going to get groceries. We want to be able to get to all the places that we like to go and do it without using our car.
And bike infrastructure is important for these monkeys to keep them safe and for bettering and making a happier community.
Bikes rule! Bikes are the best.
Creating a safe, healthy alternative to cars, getting around town. I would love to see bike infrastructure throughout the entire town completely protected, so that anybody, families, old folks, young folks, anybody can get to anywhere they want to go if they don't own a car or don't want to drive a car. I also think in Bend too, we already know that the potholes and the road infrastructure are a major issue. Bikes are not causing the potholes as far as I know, and so traffic is also an issue. The town is growing, and so we can fit a lot more bikes than we can cars anywhere in town. So yeah, I think it's huge, especially with the OSU Cascades coming over to the west side of town. It'd be great for students and anybody to get from one part of town to the other in a safe manner, really. So I think they need to be protected. That's the key for me.
I have 2 young daughters and would really love to commute more by bicycle, whether the tag-along or a trailer or really any other means than getting in the V8 and making 5-minute trips around Bend. And with a 3-year-old and an 8-month-old, infrastructure in town is limiting, and therefore we take more trips in the car than we would like to.
And funding for biking is important for keeping us safe, and I'm a teacher, so keeping the kids safe, but getting them on bikes and riding around town and knowing it's a safe, fun, family-friendly activity. Thanks for helping.
I am a firm believer that public right-of-ways are for the purpose of moving the public, not for the sole use of vehicles. It's for any way you need to move in the public right-of-way, you should be able to do that.
I think funding for cycling in Bend is going to give more opportunities to more people, is going to be better for our society as a whole.